What up, Browns fans and some not Browns fans, but the Browns community? Just wanted to talk to y'all because we just introduced the head coaches yesterday. I'm a little late on the post, but I wanted to watch all the videos for myself. Um, we'll just go down. We'll start with offensive coordinator first, Todd Monken. Um, he's very monotone, kind of like a Bill Belichick to me. But he said he brought a great offense. I mean, looking at the Tampa Bay offense, I mean they were pretty good. They didn't go deep, but I mean I guess you could attribute to that to the quarterback problems that you hear going on around there. Again, I really only keep up with the Browns. Like, I mean, any drama that's going on in any other team, any other locker room, I really don't know too much about it. I can only tell you from what I saw from when we played them, and then when we played them, they played well on offense. You know what I mean? But we could have won that game. But he's respected. From what they say. So I'm optimistic. Like I said, man, when you a Browns fan, nothing really shocks you. Nothing surprises you. You're just used to disaster. I don't expect disaster to be coming around now that we got Baker. But at the same time, you know what I mean. You just last year was just like a band-aid for all the hurt. You know what I mean? We still healing. The wound is still there. You can't peel the band-aid off yet. So hopefully, Baker is the band-aid and the solution. John Dorsey, whoever it is that gotta assemble this plan together. I mean, I guess what's his name? Jimmy Haslam. I mean, he get credit for this somewhat. Digressing. Todd Monken. I mean, I'm gonna give him a shot. Steve Wilks. I really think, man, that we need to go. We need to do this for him, and we need to go on the defensive side of the ball. We got to get him some people that is gonna allow him to do his job fine. Cause like I don't care, man. With Baker on the team, he stabilizes the offense. He like that's a Baker is a type of player, and I've always said that he's the type to make somebody else play better. He's a real LeBron. What people say about LeBron, Baker really does that though. Like it's debated if Bron make other players better for real. Like, yeah, he could carry a team, but that's what basketball is. You got the best player on your team. You basically carry stuff until you play teams with a bunch of good players like the Warriors or whatever. But with football, everybody gotta do their 111th. But if that 111th is just so superior that it is above 100% as far as that 111th, and that can make other people do it better, and getting the ball out of his hands and stuff like that, and commanding the huddle and stuff like that. That really brings up any type of lack that you might show. I don't really feel like the receiving core was too bad. And after they made the switch on left tackle, it's like they kind of gelled a little bit better. So because of that, I feel like the worries that I had at the beginning of the season, as far as like the left tackle position, is just not as big of a concern for me. Especially given the fact that we are at 17 or whatever like that. But I mean, if we have to trade up or whatever to do whatever we had to do, we got to do that. But back to what I was saying, we need to draft something for him. I've been on a campaign for Greedy Williams. I think Greedy Williams is what we need to get to the Super Bowl. Flat out, I feel like he's a player that's like that. But if for whatever reason if we cannot get Greedy Williams, I would not be upset with Devin White. I just won't. And I think we should move him to the outside. I mean, he could compete for the inside if you want to take off Joe. You can take off Joe, but I like Joe. I hate to keep saying bringing him in the equation because he's a real nice dude. Like, he seemed, you know what I'm saying, from times I've seen him out in traffic or whatever like that, never really went up to him to see him, but like in the game or any type of area where I could see him from afar or whatever like that, he seems like a humble dude. I'm talking about Kirko. But I think he needs competition, man. I think that room need competition with a Devin White, but the reason why I prefer Greedy Williams is just because I want to give Kirko a benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? He got hurt. I believe in Jannard Avery. I think Jannard Avery is good. I still think uh, Jamie Collins is good. You know what I mean? I think we had a lot of injuries going on in our defense all throughout the season that kind of made it seem a little exposed. But as far as like DB, I love D Ward. I would love Greedy Williams on the other side of him. But D Ward got 2 concussions. So you might as well get an insurance policy just in case. That way you got D Ward, T Mitch, and Greedy. I mean, can you have them all on the field at the same time? I mean, possibly. You know, I mean, I'm sure it's possible. And it's not like people play every single snap anyway. But I feel like with Greedy Williams, it'll allow people to cover. I don't feel like Emmanuel Agba is as bad as everybody's saying. I mean, he's battling injury, so that is a concern. But why not ride that out? You know what I'm saying? We can get a Von Miller or, you know what I'm saying? That's what's been rumored is Von Miller around, but that's through trade. So I don't really know about that. We'll look, you know what I'm saying, in free agency for a defensive end, one that's proven, because you like defensive end, you know what I'm saying? You only got really one assignment. I mean, sometimes you might gotta cover and stuff like that, but you're really just trying to rush the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? That's really like as far as like as much intricacies that there is in certain positions and things like that. Like if you can rush, I'm sure it's not easy to rush. Don't get me wrong, because I've never been a defensive end, but if you just got one assignment, really is just bull rush. Like you should, you know what I'm saying, as an NFL player, caliber player, you should be able to perfect your craft a little bit better. And that's why I feel like Emmanuel Agba we just need a healthy Emmanuel Agba, and we'll be satisfied because his length is great, his strength is great. It's just the health. He's not dependable. So I mean, do that. It's hard. I mean, John Gruden said it's hard to get a good pass rusher. So to get one in the first round, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Guys ain't like they used to be no more. But there is some football players out there. So if you do find a football player, I just want Greedy Williams. That's just, I think he will be a great addition to the dog pound mentality wise. Just the grit, he'll be a junkyard dog. That's just how I feel. You know what I mean? So, and then we talked to, what is the defensive coordinator, Mike Priefer or something like that, or special teams coordinator for the Browns. I'm sorry, y'all. I got it for the Browns, dude. Come on, man. Mike Priefer or Priefer, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Special teams is always something funny for us. So, I mean, it wasn't funny when we had Josh Cribbs, and Josh Cribbs was like, that was like our, like, we lived for that. But since after that, since, you know what I'm saying, Josh Cribbs haven't been Josh Cribbs since what was like, I don't know, like 2010, I would say, like, was the end of like the real good Josh Cribbs era, or he was running everything back. So yeah, and when we got rid of Phil, Steel Toe Phil, I don't know when that was a little bit earlier, but yeah, man, maybe that's what we need to use a pick on. A big top pick is a kicker. I don't know, shit. It make a difference because it always be close, especially with Cleveland. Like we always be like it always come down to that, man. Ask Phil. Anyway, I don't really got much to say about him. I mean, I know he said that he was in the military, so he's gonna be people that are in the military and that gotta do that. Like they usually have like a strict routine, so that's probably somebody that's gonna be a routine guy. Somebody that's gonna pay the detail in that routine that they have to go out there and do on special teams plays. So very good picks. It was good to hear from all of those guys. They give you the PR type of answers. They try to be as real as they can without, putting their foot in their mouth. So, you got to respect that because you can't say anything nowadays. So, but that's why you got me, the real motherfucking unedited Browns fan. It's like unedited. The real uncensored Browns fan. I should have. No, uncensored sounds a little more harsh. Anyways, true BF, true Browns fan, real uncensored Browns fan, signing out to y'all. Want Greedy Williams. Somebody tell John Dorsey, Von Mills can get here. That's cool. We don't need no Le'Veon. We already passed out on him. I don't want that vendetta. We already got Chubb. Once you already pass out on an Ohio guy, you might as well just forget it. You know, if you didn't get him in the draft or in, early on, if they went to the Steelers that tainted damaged goods, keep it moving. Especially with the Steelers. I don't know. If it was from the for the Bengals, it's a little different. Or not the Bengals. The Ravens. That's a little different. You know what I'm saying? That was us. We taking back kind of that would have been us. So it's petty. I know. All right.